All right, so we're going to be looking at more slopes, talking about slopes of parallel lines and perpendicular lines. If two non-vertical lines are parallel, then the slopes are the same. Okay. Um, Parallel lines do not touch, but please understand that the slopes are the same. That's going to be very key as we convert some of these equations into point slope form or slope intercept form and given information about a parallel or perpendicular line. Now, perpendicular lines, if two non-vertical lines are perpendicular, then the product of their slope is 1. If the product of the slope of two lines is -1, not 1, then the lines are perpendicular. A horizontal line having zero slope is perpendicular to a vertical line having an undefined slope. Also, perpendicular lines form a 90-degree angle. So keep in mind that perpendicular lines, the slopes are negative reciprocals of each other. For example, here I have a slope that's 1/5. I want to find the perpendicular slope. To find this perpendicular slope, negate the original slope. So this is going to be negative. Then take the reciprocal. Okay, so then that will be 5/1, and we would just say -5. Keep in mind parallel slopes, the slopes are the same. So with this example that we're going to cover, it says write an equation for the line L in point slope form. So here we have the line L. This is our line L in point slope form and slope intercept form. Okay, notice that the lines are parallel. So if this line, which is not L, the y equals to 3x, if the slope of the line is 3, therefore line L, its slope will be 3. Okay, so now we have a slope that's 3, and the point that's on line L is 2, -3. Let's use the point slope formula. So we have y minus -3, that's going to become y plus 3 equals to 3 times x minus 2. This is point slope form. Let's write our answer in slope intercept form next. We're going to distribute the 3. We have 3x minus 6, and then subtract 3 to both sides, and we have y is equal to 3x minus 9. And this is slope intercept form. All right, so next example. So let's look at the first example here. It says use the given conditions to write an equation for the line in point slope form and in slope intercept form. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do this one. First example, it says passing through 3, -4 and perpendicular to the line whose equation is y equals to 1/2 x plus 4. So this is the original equation. Okay, so the original equation, the slope is 1/2. Well, for our new equation, what will be the perpendicular slope? So to find the perpendicular slope, we want to negate the original slope here, 1/2, so it's going to be negative. Then take its reciprocal. That will be 2/1, or we can just say here -2. Okay, so now let me straighten this up. You have your perpendicular slope, which is -2, and it passes through the point 3 comma -4. So now let's use the point slope formula. We all remember that. So we have here y minus -4, that becomes y plus 4, is equal to -2 times x minus 3. This is point slope form. And then let's write our answer in slope intercept form. So let's distribute the -2. Y plus 4 is equal to -2x plus 6. And then subtract 4 to both sides. And we have y is equal to -2x plus 2. Slope intercept. All right, so that was example 2A. Let's look at 2B. Here are the conditions. Passing through -3 comma 2, parallel to the line whose equation is 3x minus 8y minus 7 equals to 0. So here's the original equation. And we need to find that the original equation's slope. So let's write this equation in slope intercept form. Let's subtract 3x and add 7, so that becomes -8 is equal to -3x plus 7. Then divide by -8. And we have y is equal to positive 3/8x minus 7/8. So the original equation, its slope is 3/8. What would be the parallel slope so we can create this new equation? It's the same. Okay, so let's go ahead and work that out. Okay, all right, so point slope form. Y minus 2 is equal to 3/8 times x minus -3. That becomes x plus 3. And then let's distribute. This is, well, before we distribute, this is point slope form. Then let's distribute the 3/8. So we have y minus 2 is equal to 3/8 times x. That's 3/8x. Then we have 3/8 times 3. That will be 9/8. Then add 2 to both sides. And we have y is equal to 3/8x. Let's work out this example here. We have 9 divided by 8 plus 2. And then I'm going to use my math feature to convert this decimal to a fraction. And then this would be 25/8. So that is our equation in slope intercept form. Last example. Okay, it says here, here's the condition: passing through 1, -1, perpendicular to the line whose equation is x minus 4y minus 5 equals to 0. So we need to find the original equation's slope. So let's do that. I'm going to subtract x to both sides and then add 5 to both sides. So we have negative 4y equals to negative x plus 5. Then let's divide by negative 4. And we have y is equal to, this is going to be negative 1x over negative 4. That will be positive 1/4 x, then minus 5 over 4. Therefore, our original slope to this equation that we've found the slope for is 1/4. What would be the perpendicular slope? That's what we're going to be using. Negate 1/4, that's going to be negative. Then take the reciprocal, 4 over 1, or we can just say negative 4. Negative 4 over 1, which is the same thing as saying negative 4. Okay, so we have all of the information that we need now. We have our point, we have our slope. So point slope form, y minus negative 1, that becomes y plus 1, is equal to negative 4 times x minus 1. Here's point slope form. Distribute your negative 4. So we have y plus 1 is equal to negative 4x plus 4. Subtract 1. Y is equal to negative 4x plus 3. And then we are done. It's in slope intercept form. There we go.